You've probably seen it, a wide-eyed, mischievously grinning doll named Labubu that has taken over TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. But behind that furry little face lies a strange story that's more than just viral marketing. Some believe it's cursed, others say it's watching them, and a few claim it never leaves once it enters your home. So, what is this creature? And why are millions of people around the world suddenly afraid of a toy? Welcome to Obscure Timeline, the place where we investigate mysteries, myths, and the unexplained. In this video, we're diving deep into the strange rise of Labubu, the cute, creepy collectible that has sparked rumors of black magic, possession, and paranormal encounters. Whether you believe in curses or not, this story will leave you questioning how much power we give to the things we fear. Let's begin where it all started, not with sorcery, but with design. Labubu was originally created by Kasing Lung, a Hong Kong-based illustrator known for his quirky, fantasy-themed characters. Labubu is part of a collectible toy line called The Monsters, sold by Pop Mart, a Chinese company famous for its mystery box toys. In 2018, Pop Mart made Labubu a household name across Asia. But at the time, it was just one of many cute designer figurines meant for collectors and toy lovers. Labubu's design is unique, with large, round eyes, oversized ears, and a mouth full of sharp, childlike teeth. It looks like something between a rabbit and a gremlin. It's not exactly cute in the traditional sense. It's adorable but slightly off, a perfect mix of innocent and eerie. It was this off factor that turned Labubu into something more than a toy. What was once a collectible became an internet phenomenon, and in 2023, it exploded across global social media. But why? Why did a toy go viral, and why did it scare people? The answer lies in the psychology of fear, the power of storytelling, and how the internet can turn anything into a myth overnight. In the next segment, we'll explore how Labubu went from a cute collectible to a symbol of something dark and unexplained. Stay with us. It gets stranger.
Labubu didn't rise to fame because of a movie or a scandal. Its rise was organic, born from unboxings, fan art, and, most importantly, TikTok trends. It began with harmless videos. People showed off their collections. Some customized their Labubu figures. Others filmed their toys in cute skits. But the moment Labubu started appearing in horror-themed content, everything changed. Someone added eerie music. Another creator zoomed in on Labubu's eyes, calling them haunting. A viral video suggested the doll had moved positions overnight. Then came the sleep paralysis stories. People claimed they had terrifying dreams the night Labubu arrived at their homes. The line between fiction and reality blurred. Labubu's toothy grin became a canvas for fear. Was it a cursed object, a haunted item, or just a meme taken too far? TikTok's algorithm favors engagement. And what gets more comments than fear? Soon, Labubu wasn't just a toy. It was a character in an ongoing horror saga built by millions of users. The more people reacted, the more they believed. The more they believed, the more they saw. This is the power of viral storytelling. Once a myth catches fire, it spreads, not through facts, but through feelings. In the next segment, we'll dive into the science of why Labubu's face unsettles us. Get ready for the uncanny valley.
Psychologists have a term for the discomfort we feel when something looks almost human, but not quite. It's called the uncanny valley. Robots with realistic faces, wax statues, dolls with lifelike eyes. These things sit in a space between familiar and alien. They look close enough to human to trigger recognition, but far enough to disturb our senses. Labubu lives in this valley. Its features are symmetrical, expressive, and almost childlike. But those sharp teeth, oversized eyes, and frozen grin trigger ancient alarm systems in our brain. We don't trust it, even though it's smiling. Evolution programmed us to detect threats in faces. If something looks off, it could be diseased, deceptive, or dangerous. That's why even perfectly healthy dolls can creep us out. Labubu, with its design exaggerations, hits every psychological nerve. Add to this the lighting effects, TikTok jump cuts, and eerie soundtracks, and you've got the perfect recipe for digital fear. But there's more to the story. The fear doesn't just come from the doll's design, it also comes from us, our memories, beliefs, and personal projections. In the next segment, we'll explore how our minds play tricks on us. Have you ever seen a face in the clouds? Or heard a strange noise and imagined a ghost? That's your brain doing what it does best, finding patterns. When we look at Labubu, we're not just seeing a toy, we're seeing what we expect to see. This is called projection, when we put our own emotions and beliefs onto an object. If you think Labubu is creepy, your brain will find ways to confirm that belief. A flickering light becomes a sign. A random noise becomes a message. Another concept is pareidolia, the tendency to see faces in non-human objects. Labubu is designed to exaggerate this effect. Its wide grin, sharp teeth, and big eyes aren't random. They're engineered to be memorable and emotionally intense. Together, projection and pareidolia explain why some people feel watched by the doll. It's not magic, it's the mind. But the idea of cursed dolls didn't start with TikTok. In fact, this phenomenon is older than cinema. In the next segment, we'll look at the history of haunted dolls and why they've always fascinated us. Long before Labubu went viral, there were other dolls blamed for strange events. In Japan, a doll named Okiku is said to house the spirit of a young girl. Monks claim her hair grows over time and must be trimmed regularly. In Florida, Robert the doll has been terrifying visitors for decades. Once owned by a boy named Eugene, Robert allegedly caused accidents, nightmares, and malfunctions. He now sits behind glass, and people say you must ask his permission before taking photos. And then there's Annabelle, the famous doll from the Conjuring movies. The real Annabelle isn't porcelain. She's a soft, innocent-looking Raggedy Ann. But legend says she's anything but harmless. These dolls share one thing in common. They're all tied to emotion, tragedy, fear, loss. Labubu doesn't have a backstory like theirs, but people are giving it one. Through stories, edits, and fear, Labubu is becoming part of this legacy. But are these stories based in fact, or are they reflections of something deeper? In the next segment, we'll explore the idea of symbolism and how brands, rituals, and belief systems give ordinary objects extraordinary power.
What makes something cursed? In many cultures, objects are believed to carry energy, good or bad. Talismans, amulets, idols, all are shaped by belief. Without belief, they're just objects. With belief, they become powerful. Labubu isn't ancient. It's not religious, but it carries symbolism. Its design is unusual. Its release is unpredictable, sold in mystery boxes. And that uncertainty feels magical. Pop Mart uses scarcity, limited editions, and blind packaging to make collecting feel like a ritual. You don't know what you're getting, You open the box like a spellcaster draws a card. It creates suspense, tension, and a rush of dopamine. This mirrors ancient practices. You hope, you reveal, you react. That emotional loop creates meaning, and meaning creates power. Even Labubu's name is strange, childlike, but eerie. It sounds fictional, like something from folklore. This adds to its myth. It becomes a symbol, not just of cuteness, but of the unknown. Now the final question. Is Labubu truly cursed?
Here's the truth. Labubu is just plastic, fabric, and paint. It doesn't move on its own. It doesn't whisper in the dark. It doesn't change reality. But it does reveal something about us. We fear what we don't understand. We seek stories in chaos. We give power to objects through attention, belief, and repetition. Labubu is not a curse. It's a mirror. It reflects our fears, our fascinations, and the strange way we interact with the digital world. It shows how quickly a story can evolve, how a design can trigger emotion, and how our minds can turn anything, even a toy, into a myth. So the next time you see Labubu on your screen, ask yourself, are you afraid of the doll? Or are you afraid of what you might see in it?